Many have lost their only source of livelihood and are fighting for survival.
These emergency powers could be abused.
Many people here simply cannot comply.
Is one of the cities most affected by the coronavirus. For more than a week there's been a ban on groups of more than 2 in public. People are required to keep a safe distance and they're urged to stay home if possible. But it seems the nice weather makes it even harder to follow the rules. I myself often go jogging here at the River Rhine, and each time I notice that barely anyone keeps enough distance from others.
To me, it seems as though people are getting closer together despite social distancing. In my own neighborhood, we have created a WhatsApp group so that we can help those who are elderly or those who are getting sick. So now we are taking turns cooking stews and vegetables that are then being warmed up in this local church and distributed to homeless people.
When you talk to people here in Kiev, you don't get the sense that most have fallen for panic. Certainly the kinds of runs on toilet paper and pasta that have become the norm for neighbouring countries haven't reached us here yet. And you can still find masks like these in some pharmacies. This hotel is home to about 100 Ukrainians evacuated from Bali, or at least it should be. More than 50 of them have illegally left the hotel in recent days and are being looked for by police, who will fine each and every one of them over 500 euros.
Here in Hungary, we are experiencing a lighter version of lockdown. As you can see there behind me, people can go out as long as they do it alone or with household members. Over 65-year-olds can only buy their groceries at allocated times. It's bizarre to see soldiers now patrolling public spaces to keep law and order, says the government. The emergency law has just been extended here in the parliament for an indefinite time. Some Hungarians are concerned that these emergency powers could be abused.
In Israel, people have been asked to wear face masks or any kind of fabric or scarf when going outside. Restrictions have been further tightened this week. People are required to stay home and only to go outside to buy essential items. Besides worrying about the coronavirus, people start to worry also about their financial situation, with more people losing their jobs, at least temporarily, and with unemployment figures up from 4 to over 20% since the beginning of the crisis.
To stop the spread of the virus, more and more states are ordering their residents to stay at home. But not everyone complies. A few days ago, police in neighboring Maryland interrupted a church service where 50 people gathered and none of them were social distancing. The authorities can only hope that such attitudes will change soon as people understand what's at stake. Health experts estimate that without drastic measures, the coronavirus could kill hundreds of thousands of Americans.
Staying at home, this is the challenge for people all around the world at the moment. But now imagine living in a South African township in a shack with several people in a crowded space. This is the reality for millions of South Africans at the moment. And although the rules of the 3-week lockdown here are very strict, many people here simply cannot comply.
The 21-day lockdown in India has been challenging for most people. Many have lost their only source of livelihood and are fighting for survival. Others are seeing a fundamental change in their daily lifestyle and routines as they continue to remain indoors. Even the sporadic visits to the grocery stores to stock up essentials are not free from the fear of catching the infection. And generally, people are worried and concerned about their jobs and careers as the economic slowdown has triggered anxiety about their future.